All right, welcome back. So I got one more for the night here. This is a top four match. I'm actually excited about semifinals. So I can't wait to watch this. This is a gentleman I was playing against versus Lucas, you saw before, but they're very fast decks. I actually had a problem against this red deck. It definitely put a run in for its money, um, mainly because of the amount of burn. I actually had a hard time getting around the amount of direct damage that was drawn. So that was a pretty cool thing. But I'm happy to see him go. I like to see new people towards the top end. It makes me super excited in this. But let's first watch the cool intro.
Critics, old school magic players, and welcome to the Four Horsemen.
All right, so before we get down to the game, you got Lucas on the left, Theis on the right. Now leave this deck up here for a second. You already saw this deck. The first time I took a fast glance at this thing, I missed the two Suchis. Think that's cool. I mean, it's dangerous, but it's definitely cool because mana burn is real. Now this is a deck that I had issues with. Um, if you pay attention, there's Inferno in here and 3 detonates main. And the problem was not really all just the direct damage. It was actually the protection from white Yetis. Yeah, for some reason the Yetis I had the biggest trouble with because they're protection from white and there's not a lot of removal in this format. So all my Spirit Links couldn't function and I was having a hard time finding coffins. So I actually had an issue with Yetis. They got me down pretty good, and then he was able to finish me off with burn right away. Because if you look at it, he's got an Inferno for 6. The Ball Lightnings usually did not get through, but the Inferno is going to get through. There's nothing you do about a sorcery. And all of those sorcery burn spells are going to get through. And Inferno just made it so it's just a little too much. I just couldn't handle the amount of damage with the old version of my deck. Now, the new version I do not have a problem with. But the old version, I definitely had issues trying to get around that. So this is a cool build. I do like how he only has 3 Blood Moons main, but if you look, he has 4 fissures. That's pretty serious stuff too. So that slowed me down a lot too, because your maze and all these other things were pretty much pointless after a few turns. So I actually really enjoy this deck. I think it's a really cool, powerful deck. So I'm excited to see what happens. And let's watch this together. Oh, looks like Lucas is on the first here. Taiga, but no Kurt Ape. Or no one drop at all. Got, yep, quick chain. I was like about this. He's not playing around. He's going for the jugular, but that should be an indication he has more than one burn spell in hand. Because you should never just chuck direct damage for no reason. It looks like Lucas is mana ramping here. Looks like he's got a few options here. No, just dropping a mountain. Are we passing? Yep. See, I expected another drop right away with that chain. Keep the pressure on. Because if you can take a dice away from your opponent and leave them at 3 dice when you're at full 20, it's psychological damage. Now there's another play that I would not have done. I would not have played that maze. I would let my opponent play something they think they can get away with, and then punish them by playing the maze after. Like that. Play the maze, there's a Kurt Ape, now your opponent knows he can't do any damage to you afterwards. It's best when they have dibs or Juzams and stuff like that, but because you want to bait those cards out of their hand. Like, you know Lucas is not playing a dib right now. He does have 4 mana though, so I'm surprised Lucas didn't throw something else out here. Lucas is a good player. He's got a lot of mana and board control here. I have a Theis is actually a little mana screwed. Oh man, he's got another crit to worry about. Let's see if he had that extra direct damage that I was talking about. Because you don't chuck a burn spell unless you have extra. Or you follow up with a creature. But if you're behind, you should hold that chain lightning until it matters. Blood Moon. Alright. And shuts down his own maze, but it does give him 4 mana. So that also takes him off of most colors. But now Theis can start playing out his Yetis. And believe it or not, with 4 mana, his deck can really go haywire. Oh man. But there's a trike though. See, this is why I like Shatter Storms. For 4 mana, you wipe the board of artifacts. Well worth it to me. So he has 5 mana in hand. He could Pyrotechnics the trike. I know it's a waste, but at least it's not massive damage to your face. Because remember, that trike can technically deal 7. So right now, technically, Lucas has 11 damage on board. Oh my god, I haven't seen a 3-headed dog in a long time. Now see, that's huge. If he has a mana next turn, I think it's 6 mana for, I can't actually remember how much Inferno is at the top of my head, but if he gets mana for an Inferno, he's going to wipe the board clean. But see, that thing has protection from red, I believe. So it's just going to live. And since, you know, there are no non-basic lands with Blood Moon out, and it's not like you can disenchant Blood Moon, it really adds pressure. Yep, it's exactly what I would do. Get rid of that thing right now. See, he's on 11, so it's a short clock. But he, like I said, if he has another mana drop, he can play some serious stuff. He can wipe the whole board clean. Yes, he does a lot of damage to himself, but it would allow him to take the game back. Here's a Chain Lightning on an ape. It's got to be an ape. See, that's a lot of... If I was Lucas, I'd chain it back. Because you're talking 6 damage. I know he would lose the other ape, but I would play the chain game. Because I'm sure Lucas has more direct damage in hand. Oh, there's a fun boy. I haven't seen that card in a long time. Let's see if you guys know what that card is. Put in the comments the name of that card. And tell me when the last time you played it was. I actually ran into a guy about a year back who was playing those in a Swedish deck. I thought it was the coolest thing in the whole world. I was like, what is that? I always remember seeing a picture and I could not remember the name of the card. So let's see if you guys know the name of that card. Now, I'm expecting Lucas to have a lot of direct damage in hand. Yep. That's why I was thinking about playing the chain game back, because 6, 7, 8, 9. He's at 2 life. Would have been at 1 if he has any other direct damage. Yep, he would have been dead. So if I calculated right, the game is already over if he played the chain game. If he chained it back to his life total, and Theis would not be able to chain again. If he chained it again, he would have been dead. So he might have been desperate to hit the apes. Now that's a huge hit. That's six damage, but oh my god, we had one. Yeah, I actually told myself if I was playing aggro, I would run 2 of those main deck. Yep, no way around that one. Let's go to game number 2. All right, let's see if we're good on hand here. Nope. All right, there we go. Putting the card back under. First turn factory. He must be going for aggro. That's going to be Curd Ape, yep. Whenever I see that thing tap first, it's almost always a Curd Ape. Now you can play a land here, and the Curd Ape isn't going to really do much. Yeah. The factory's going to stall out a little bit here, but I have a funny feeling that Lucas is just... See, the problem with my deck is it's a little slow because it's control. Now, see, that would be my saving grace right there. I'd be playing Spirit Link right on that dib. But I have the hardest time with fast weenie decks with the old version. Oh man, Theis did not have an answer. Come on, buddy. There's a hit for 3 in the air. I'd be tempted if I was Lucas if I had a Chain Lightning in hand to attack with the Curd Ape so he would activate. But because then you're going to take another land out of his deck. He might not do that because he'd be afraid of the death after. Yep, there's an egg. That's what I mean. I would have almost attacked to keep the person off of 4 mana. But I don't think it matters all that much at the moment because he has 5 mana this turn. I'm sure he has a land drop. Yep. Now, I'm expecting a all-out attack. I'm expecting the egg to die. I expect maybe a chain. Oh, he has an egg of his own. He might as well play it out because he's going to get it hit by 4 in the air, but then it's going to die next turn because it's going to get Pyrotechnics. But I don't think he's even going to take the damage because Theis can't really attack. He's got to keep it unblocked. Or on blocking duty. So you got another one? Oh, it's got the Yeti. Yep. See, I expected Pyrotechnics, but that'll work. Kill that, and then Pyrotechnics the Yeti, do 1 damage to him, swing all out. Technically, you just Pyrotechnics your own guy, too, and do 1 damage to him, so... Get a 4/4 flyer next turn if he has the mana for it. Or if he has Chain and Pyrotechnics, that's basically game. Yep, there's a Pyrotechnics. Yep, he's going to block the Curd Ape and kill the Curd Ape. But now there's going to be Pyrotechnics. He's going to do 1 damage to the Yeti. And the 3 damage to... Oh, see, I expected Pyrotechnics. 1 damage to kill the Yeti. And 3 damage to kill his own egg. I guess he doesn't. That would have been a sweet play. But he's only at 5 life at the moment, so... He's got to find a way to deal with the flyers. That's why I was surprised Moat was banned in this format, because it wouldn't really affect that much. Most people play flyers anyway. My son's jumping around behind me here, laughing, having a good time. High five it, buddy. Good job. Oh, we got a pixie. Well, that's going to be a problem. So now he's down to 2. He only has 2 blockers and nothing for the air. He can't. He's got a... Oh, he doesn't have it. Oh, man, that's it. Yep, he has nothing for the dib. All right. All right, so you'll see here a little bit what the guys are talking about and doing here, but there's a little more of a little deck quick glimpse here, but I hope you guys enjoy this. Have a wonderful day.